Hey everyone, I'm Kat, and this is Kat's Creations on Friday night. I was thinking it was Sunday for some odd reason, but it is Friday Night Live at 5, and we're changing it up a bit because I told you guys last week that Steve decided that he was going to follow through on his wreath challenge, and that we were going to kind of do a side-by-side, but literally our countertop doesn't allow that for us to both have all of our supplies out because we're both creating something totally and completely different. So I thought, you know what, rather than trying to figure out what to do on Sunday, we would just split it. It would give you, the viewers, an opportunity to actually see what Steve's doing, and I really don't want you to miss out on that. And then I'm doing something way different on my end with the forest theme, so we're going to do that on Sunday. So part 1 is tonight with Steve, and then I'm taking Mother's Day over because I'm a mom. We're going to do the Sunday Night Live at 5, and I'm going to show you my version of a classy forest wreath. So Steve's going to be doing a fishing wreath. That's what you guys voted on.
Yep.
And I'm super excited because it is going to come out amazing. I can't wait for you guys to see it because I got to see the planning stages happen. So who's there?
So we got Kathy, Richardson's on, Lindy's on, Sharon, Deborah,
Hi, Kathy.
Deborah, Jan, Mike, brother Mike,
Woohoo! He's
Connie.
gonna watch you build a wreath.
Yep, Jane, Shelly, Carol, Sharon, and Gretchen.
Awesome.
Happy Mother's Day weekend, everybody.
Yeah, definitely do that. What?
Karen and Audrey, Deanna, and Deb.
So you guys super excited to see Steve take over my position today. We are actually going to do a real life version of trading spaces. So you guys always know Steve as the man behind the camera whose personal persona you don't really see unless he's coming in here briefly to hand me something, help me, or there was one time where you actually did a side-by-side and were in the same view with me, but tonight he is doing this all by himself. He's prepped all his materials. He's ready. You guys ready to see it? Give me some thumbs. Give me some hearts.
Mike said Steve's late. He must have gone fishing.
Nah.
We were late. We were like right at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay, so we're going to switch places. Right now he's going to go over here, and I'm going to be the narrator tonight. So, see you guys soon.
Zoom up a bit.
I will.
Zoom out a bit.
I will zoom out.
Hey, everybody.
Stop. They can see you. You're good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Got to move up because my good old 6'2" frame standing on a 1-inch mat.
You're good.
So, hi everybody. Yeah, we're going to be doing a gone fishing wreath. So we've already got all materials cut. This should be interesting because Kat's a trainer, so she's used to doing everything step by step, but I am not. So we're going to be doing this little by little. So obviously you can see, everybody, I've got my 14-inch wire frame. It's already all set up except for the one section, and I will show you guys how to do that one section.
Okay, I'm going to pivot the camera to cut off your head.
Cut off my head.
Cut off your head
Alright.
just initially, just so we can get those sections done.
So you can see on the intersection we kind of color coordinated. We've got the brown in the middle on each section, and then we've got a green on the left side and a beige on the right side, and the brown is connected to frames 1 and 2, and then the green and the beige are connected to the wire wreath frames 3 and 4. So we will do this one. Tie it in. I've got a little more grip strength than Kat does, so I can tie them pretty tight. So I get went between wires 1 and 2, and now on the outside I'm doing between wires 3 and 4. You just really have to do it at least twice.
I have to read you some of these comments that are popping through. So number 1, most of the people are telling you good luck. They're totally rooting for you. Their husbands would never ever do this. Great. Sandra, he says, great to see Steve is going to do the live tonight. Hope both of you are doing well. Shared also. Yeah, guys, you definitely want to share this because you don't see this happen very much. So Tammy said, well, this is something different. LOL, good luck, Steve.
I know, right?
And Jenna says, love the way Steve's shirt matches the wreath he's going to make.
That's right. I don't have my thinking chair, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, right. Mike says something looking fishy there.
Isn't that a cool sign?
It is very cool.
It's a really cool sign. And that is from Personally Yours.
Yep, and Lee's on right now.
Hey, Lee.
All right.
How you doing? So you got a guy making a fishing wreath with your sign. Isn't that cool?
That is awesome.
Okay, so we're going to get started. So, obviously, I did a demo. And yes, Kat did help me because we were just checking out color choices. So I think this is what we're going to go with. So my base is going to be just the poly jute burlap. And it's all going to be Ruffles. And this is going to be cut to 15-inch. And then the green and the ombre, that's right, that's what you call it. The ombre are going to be cut to 12-inch. And these are all 10-inch.
Carol wants to know, where's your apron?
You know, I'm a little too big for the apron. And it makes it look like it's got a dress on me, so no, I'm not wearing the apron.
Okay.
But I could put a little sticker here that says Kat's Creations on it.
Yeah, we thought about doing that and just putting a fake temporary label on them, like, hi, my name is Steve.
Yep.
So, okay, you are ready to go.
So we're going, okay.
I'm going to zoom
So obviously it's a ruffle on everything, right? Cut to 15 inches. So we're doing a good old scrunch technique. And yes, I pull it to me as I go. But I can scrunch with the best of them. There you go, see, bow tie. And these are gonna go in every single location.
So Nancy Wilcox says she is seriously impressed to see this happen.
Well, if I can build $1 million racetrack in a system, I should be able to make a wreath.
That's very true. Everybody says that they're super excited to watch you do this. That this is going to be so great. So Sandra says,
does that mean that you all are going to get your husbands to do this?
how many of you guys think that your husbands would do this if you asked? I'm waiting to, because there's that delay.
But they probably only just want to do a guy wreath.
Jan says, I hear you're a good quilter as well.
I am. I've quilted. That's something that my mom taught me, so that's something that's kind of cool. It's a family tradition. So, yep.
Everybody's saying there's no way their husbands would do what it is that you're doing right there. No way, never.
I'm kind of actually the sewer in the family, believe it or not.
He actually is.
Because I took a home ec, but yeah, my mom was huge into making quilts and sewing, and my grandmas were, so.
Yep, everyone says they are totally impressed that you are doing this.
But see, I should have gone top to bottom, and I went side to side, so now this one's a little bit tougher to get to. But.
Gloria says there's no way her husband would do it, but he definitely likes to critique hers.
Really?
And Gail says maybe if beer was included, I'm trying to get to his comment, while making a wreath, he might jump in.
You got to put the shoe on the other foot, right? And see what it's like to actually do a live before you comment and critique on other people.
Yep, Maribel says not even if I begged would he do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, can you guys all get a good view? Can you guys see what it is that he's doing? Is your view as the viewer good for you?
Everybody see everything? Thumbs up?
Christina says he gives her ideas. So
That's
he helps
good.
her out in the idea department. And
That's
Sue says
good.
you're doing a great job, Steve.
At least he does that. I try to give her ideas too, and she might take some and might not take others.
Lee shared, because she says, Lee from Personally Yours said that she shared this video because she is so impressed that you're doing this. And Pam Barrett says her father-in-law did all the sewing in his family.
Really? That's cool.
Kathy Reinertson said this would be a prerequisite for a husband.
Besides changing the oil and...
Kathy, I cut off his head temporarily so you can actually see what it is that he's doing. So I'm kind of like just allowing you to focus more on his technique.
Yeah.
People are saying, Shirley says, I give Steve a lot of credit.
It does take quite a bit of finger strength to, to scrunch and to hold it. So that's why that bow dabber is definitely good for being like a second hand on everything. I know after we've done a sunflower wreath, man, I think both our hands were kind of hurting.
Yeah, you were holding most of it. Jean says the view is perfect to see the ruffles. Good. We don't need to see his face. Everybody is sharing, which is awesome. Definitely share this. My husband says, I hope you make better wreaths than you sew a button.
Who said that?
Joan Monahan.
Uh-huh.
So maybe her husband is implying that to her, that he hopes that she makes better wreaths than she sews buttons.
Oh, gotcha.
Connie says, looks good, Steve. Shorty Mac says, hello, Kat and Steve.
Hello.
Sue shared it.
So now we've got everybody. I'm doing one, and Kaylee's already done a one tutorial. So
I know, we need to get Caitlin in here.
now we're keeping it in the family, right?
It is. Kathy Knapp says her husband cooks and cleans, so I'm okay if he doesn't want to do this. I so agree with you. Maribel says my husband helps me by rating my wreaths. And
rating?
Rating, like how well that is. It's a good wreath. It's
gotcha.
Rating. Sandra shared. Sue said, or shared. Shorty Mac shared.
Awesome.
So you're doing good.
Is
Connie
Mike still on?
shared. I don't know. Mike, are you still there? You're bringing in a crowd tonight, Steve.
Congratulations to Mike, anyways, because he's now a grandfather. His stepdaughter just had a baby girl 2 days ago?
Mm-hmm.
2 days ago. So congrats, Mike.
So Marcella says, how many inches of deco mesh and the size of your frame? She's hard of hearing.
Okay, so it's a 14-inch wire frame that we got from Dollar Tree. And this beige poly jute is obviously 10 inches, and it's cut to 15 inches. And the other two deco mesh that I'm going to be using, which is the ombre and this really pretty, it's darker than a mossy green. We have to get the actual part number, the SKU number for this. We'll get it. But it's a really pretty, it looks just like a lake color, like the color of a lake. But these are both cut to 12 inches.
Awesome. Mike says, yes, he's still on. Thank you, brother. Everybody's congratulating Mike on his new addition to his family. Let's see what else.
They named their daughter, their daughter, a really interesting name. It's Mayali. Mayeli. So it's a really interesting name. Haven't ever heard that before.
And Birdie asked, is this your challenge, Kat? This is what the viewers voted for. So we took into consideration 2 choices for each of us, and then we put it out there for you guys to pick. Mm-hmm. And Steve's choice was either what? What were your choices?
It was fishing or, I can't remember the other one.
Patriotic.
Patriotic, that's right. Fishing or patriotic.
Yep. So we're doing parts 1 and 2. So Steve's taking over for me tonight, and I'm giving him full stage so you guys can actually see, because this is simply too good to pass up. Just the ideas that he came up with, this is going to be so amazing. I don't want you guys to be like, oh, look at what Kat's doing. Oh, look at what Steve's doing. So this gives you just full focus on what it is that Steve's going to put together.
Did you say I was zoomed in? Or?
It's from about your chest down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome, so I can make funny faces.
Yes, you can make funny faces. No one can see you. So people are still sharing. Jean wants to know, are you nervous?
Not really. I think I've done enough of these videos with Kat that it's helped settle my nerves. I know I'm not as good as the tutorial as Kat is because she does everything perfectly, step by step. But she did help me, cut everything and got the ribbon done. But just being behind the cameras and seeing how she does everything kind of step by step, it helps. It helps me a lot.
Donna says that she loves the sign that you picked out.
I know. Well, Kathy picked it out. Let's be honest. You picked it out.
Bobby
But
said,
I would have picked out that same sign. It's an awesome sign. It's beautiful.
yeah. Bobby says she has the same sign. She made a fishing wreath for her son with it.
Oh, cool. You'll have to post it on Kat's Creations.
Allison is watching.
Hi, Allison.
Everybody's
I get to
sharing.
say hi.
I know. Everybody's telling you hello, hi. They're just encouraging you that it's just amazing that you're willing to do this.
Yeah.
So what a trooper.
That's what husbands and wives are all about.
Anne wants to know, where did you get your sign?
The sign was from Personally Yours on Etsy, and she's actually on here watching, or she was. So her name is Lee, and it's an awesome sign. I think what the sign was, 10 or 12?
$10.99.
$10.99?
And it's, I think, a 6x10.
Yeah.
Birdie says you don't seem to be nervous, and
No.
she says that I'm doing a great job taking over your job.
Thank you.
It's so much easier to be behind the camera because now I can make all those faces Steve makes when I'm going live.
So, you know, Kathy's background, obviously she's got the corporate trainer, but my background, which is what I still do, and so is Mike, we're construction managers for a large worldwide telecommunications company, and we travel around the United States, and trust me, we have contractors, 80 contractors that we have to walk, large sites, so leading and being in front of a crowd, not that big a deal.
Jean wants to know the method you use to cut all your material. Great question.
So the poly burlap, because this is kind of more of a fabric, we could only use either the fabric cutter, we had to use the fabric cutter on the mat. Same with this ombre, because it's more material, so we had to cut this with the fabric cutter. But the regular deco mesh, we used with the wood burning tool.
Awesome.
It burned really good.
Yeah, Nancy says that you're definitely a keeper. Donna says, hi from West Virginia.
I need a raise then.
I know. Your hourly rate's way too high for me. So awesome. So Charlene says that this is so cute, him doing this. She loves it. She gave you a bunch of hearts.
Thank you.
Are you going to tell the guys at work what you did tonight?
Sure, I don't care.
You going to post it on your Facebook page?
I was going to post it before, I just didn't have time.
Oh, okay.
I was going to take a picture of the sign and everything and post it and say, yeah, so this is happening tonight. Tune in.
Yep. Mike says, look at Steve go. He knows all the materials.
I do. Well, I've been helping you long enough and been ordering them with you long enough that, yeah, I pretty much know them almost as well as you do.
So Shorty says, I know he can do it, so keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Eva says, hello from Jacksonville, Florida.
Hello.
And Connie wants to know, how long have we been married?
We've been married 20 years. 20 years this last February. So, and they've been 20 awesome years. And we're hoping for another at least 30 more.
That's true. Deb wants to know, where did you get your ombre mesh from?
Good question.
Does that mean you don't know?
I think it's from Craft Outlet.
It is from Craft Outlet.
Yeah, Craft Outlet.
So Betty says you look like a pro.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Betty Neighbor Betty or just Betty?
It's just Betty, not
Thanks,
Betty
Betty.
Neighbor Betty. And Bonnie says I'm watching replay. This isn't a replay, Bonnie. You're actually watching this live
This
right
is
now.
live, yeah.
Valerie Berry says you have an awesome guy. Gail is now talking to Eva because they're both in Jacksonville, Florida.
Ooh, awesome. You guys made a hookup.
And Jean wants to know, Steve, which way are you laying down your scrunches?
So I'll show you once I get this one scrunched.
Awesome. Jane Caldwell says that her and her husband are celebrating their 25th anniversary this coming Wednesday. Congratulations, Jane.
Congratulations, 25. That is awesome. Not too many people can say that anymore. That is amazing.
And Shirley says, hey guys, it's neat to see a couple support each other like you do. You go, Steve.
So you can see it's like it's a ruffle, and yes, you're gonna have some fraying. Or,
go ahead.
it's a ruffle. You're gonna have some fraying on it. You see?
I pulled it back up.
Okay, so you see the bow tie,
Mm-hmm.
but if I angle it, you see all the edges kind of curling away down. So I'm gonna put the edges down, so you don't see it. Everything's smooth on the top.
Awesome.
And you want the finished edges on the inside and the outside.
Very cool.
Got it?
Where did we meet, babe? Robin wants to know, where did we meet?
Believe it or not, we met when we were both working at the same company. She was actually my manager for a while at LA Cellular before it became AT&T Wireless, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And we were just friends for years. And yes, she was going through a divorce, and we were friends through that. We really didn't start dating till after that, right?
Yeah, like 3 years. We were best friends for 3 years.
Yeah. Yep.
So Kathy Reed says her and her husband married early, and they just celebrated 45 years in January.
Wow.
Good job, Kathy. Congratulations.
25. That is awesome.
So,
So what's interesting is in June, my parents are celebrating their 60th anniversary.
really?
Yes.
We'll have to do something for your parents in June.
I think it's June 15th or June 12th.
I guess you got to figure that out beforehand.
Yeah.
Dina says hi from Louisiana.
Hi.
Kathy Knapp says I taught you well. LOL. And a bunch of people are still talking that are all in Jacksonville, Florida. They're all, hey, I'm not too far. So they're carrying on their own conversations. So that's really great.
Good. I hope you guys can all meet each other and benefit from each other.
Yeah, definitely. Sean says, it looks like you're doing a great job, Steve.
Thank you.
Nancy Wilcox says, Damon better watch out. Steve's going to have his own following now.
Yeah. Maybe a couple years down the road. We're too busy with our own work.
Let's see. Robin
So I'm now at the end.
Okay.
But it's funny, I have one piece left over, so I'll have to go and see if I missed a piece.
Okay. So let's see what else. I'm going down.
So here we go. So I can easily see if or where I missed a piece. Maybe we cut one too many.
We may have cut one too
I
many.
did. I missed a piece right
You
there.
did?
Yep.
So how were you able to find that, knowing that you missed that piece?
So obviously you can actually turn the wreath around very easily, and you can see which ones you've tied, and then you can go to the one that goes, oh, here's the one that's missing. There's the one that's open right there, so that's the one I missed.
Awesome.
Because I've seen you do it.
Jan says that they just celebrated their 50th in April.
Oh, congratulations,
He's actually
Jan.
in her garage making her a ribbon holder right now.
That is cool. That is very cool.
And Eva said that they just celebrated 60 years.
Who?
What do you mean, who? Eva said that her and her husband just celebrated their 60 years together.
Oh, awesome, Eva. That is awesome. That is so rare. It's unbelievable.
Gail says that she's having a party. She's gonna have a wreath making party at her house
That's cool.
with all the Jacksonville people. Linda says hi from New Jersey, doing a great job, Steve.
Hi, Linda. Thank you.
Lori said hi from Roseville, California.
Hi from Roseville. I think that's Northern California.
Antoinette says hello. I'm here. Busy day for me. My birthday's tomorrow and Mother's Day, and she's super excited.
Well, happy birthday. So this is what it looks like with just the base. You can see it's pretty full already. You can still see through it when I hold it up, but when I put it down, and this is just the first base, but that's a good first base to get it started.
Mike says, oh, I thought this was a live of you actually going fishing.
I wish. Look, there's my fishing pole.
Yeah, he's got it all there. Stacy says, go
My
Steve,
lures.
go.
So now what I'm going to do is we're going to switch it up a little bit. I'm doing the ombre deco mesh just on the inside. It's going to be the base for the inside. And then I'm going to do the green on the outside. So it's going to be a little bit different.
He's making your own, right?
Yep.
Jan, no, I am not going to the Wreath Conference in June in Texas because those tickets sold out literally within just a few days. So I'm
Awesome,
good.
okay.
I'll catch him on the next go round. Let's see. Everyone's saying Happy Mother's Day weekend to everybody.
Yes, happy Mother's Day, everybody out there.
Kathy came up with your own hashtag now. It's Stevenite.
Steve.
Yes, she created her own.
No, you guys are. What would be a good one for Kathy's?
Oh, I'm not into hashtags. I'm okay with that. Everybody's telling Gail that they're all going to bring her ice packs for her knees.
Aw. Yeah, how are your knees doing, Gail? How are you doing? Hope you're feeling better.
Lori says that on April 16th they celebrated 35 years anniversary. So
Congratulations.
awesome. I mean, to stay married in this day and age, it's a challenge.
So now this helps because we kind of color coordinate it. I know that I can take the ombre and I can just go to the brown twist ties because that's how we color coordinate it.
Mm-hmm. Was that kind of like your cheat sheet kind of thing?
Kind of.
I think it just turned out that way, right?
No,
Oh, no.
that's why I wanted to do. Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah, he wanted dark brown pipe cleaners for the middles because it matched with his ombre better.
Yep.
So Sean said that she had a pegboard with the long metal prongs and she put rolls of ribbon on them and it worked great. Pam Barrett says June 21st will be 44 years for her.
44, wow.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people getting married around Mother's Day.
I know. Mike says Happy Mother's Day, Steve.
Thank you.
Bye. See you later. Be good.
See ya. Have fun at work. Have a good day.
Antoinette likes your colors.
Aren't they cool? Yeah, I think they're kind of manly, right?
Mm-hmm. Mike says 120 people. Nice going, Steve.
120.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sharon Wreath Conference. There was a Wreath conference that Julie Samako and Damon created that they're hosting in June in Texas, and invited a whole bunch of people to do that, but I think they didn't expect that it was going to sell out as quick, and it did. So there was a lot of people who jumped on it, and I was one of those ones that was like, I'm not really sure I want to jump in just yet.
Plus, she's definitely afraid of flying.
I'm not. I am afraid of flying, so that would be one heck of a road trip.
I don't know if you could hear me about that, but that was funny.
Lee from Personally Yours says that I should be so proud of you. I am. That's why I chose to just opt out of this, because I wanted you guys to really see what he came up with.
Well, I thought it would have been cool for us to do it together.
Nah. This is a real life version, a wreath maker's version of Trading Spaces.
Kind of, yeah, huh?
So Jane wants to know, how do you know which colors to use on your pipe cleaner?
With the mock-up. That's why we did a mock-up. I knew that the ombre colors have like the darker colors with the brown in the middle. So when we did the mock-up, we also, well, we did green in the middle if you look, and I'm going to use a little bit of this. But I kind of decided that the brown I think would look better in the middle, and then we're going to use the green and the beige on the outside. So
Awesome.
all the colors really match, so it's really just the mock-up.
Robin,
Like Kathy tells you, you got to do a mock-up.
I know, it saved you from having to cut into so many rolls of deco mesh.
Yeah.
And were those your first choices for colors initially?
No, initially I had 2 different greens and the beige. I didn't even have the ombre. I had this, and I had 2 different color greens. And then Kathy went in there to the closet with me, and we're just kind of looking at the colors, and we found that green. That green was a much better fit to the sign and the ribbon and even the ombre, and it had a little bit of the foil in it, so it gives a little bit of that sparkle. It's a guy's wreath, but it needs a little bit of the sparkle.
Wow, guy like sparkle.
You gotta have a little bit of the gleams, otherwise it looks too dull, and it needs something with a little bit of a pop to it.
So Sandra says you're doing great. Audrey says good sport, Steve. Thank you for sharing, Kathy. Teresa says this is so awesome. You go, Steve. Rosemary just joined and wanted to know where your apron is.
Yeah, the apron kind of didn't fit. It was a little too small.
Yeah, it didn't.
I'm kind of a big guy, so I'm like 6'2" and 240.
Sandra says that she's afraid to fly too, so we'll be the ones road tripping it on the road.
No, I'm gonna get her to fly.
Jen wants to know.
I'm not racking up.
I know.
I'm not racking up like 800,000 miles for her to just drive.
Jen wants to know again, where did you get your sign?
The sign is from Personally Yours on Etsy. It's personal, and then Lee, like L-E-E, and then yours. It's a cool sign. It's a really cool sign.
I was reading Linda's comment. She put, hi from Indiana. She was married 42 years, but she lost her husband the day after. I'm so sorry for your loss, Linda. Maribel wants to see the burlap up close, so let me go ahead and zoom in just a touch. Wow, babe, don't do that. I'm like, when I'm trying to zoom and you're doing that, that's crazy.
All right, so now I'm going with the I'd call it a dark moss green, and I'm going around the outside.
So Gail says she just got moved up to a cane today. She's 49 years old and is not exactly what she had in plan for new knee, and she misses her 5 a.m. gym peeps more than anything.
You'll get there, Gail.
Kathy wants to know how many pipe cleaners are on the outside of your wreath frame.
So there's 6 on the inside because there's 6 sections, and there's 1 in each section in the middle, and on the outside there's 12. There's 2 in each section, so there's a total of 18.
Awesome, thank you.
And now I'm going to go around on the outside with the darker green and put in the darker mossy green color.
So you're just putting the dark green on the outside?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm layering it, so.
Nancy said, hi from Massachusetts, but she's enjoying this from Alaska. You go, Steve.
Thank you.
Let's see.
So we'll see. I mean, the mock-up turned out really cool, so we'll see. Should turn out really good.
Carol says that Redondo Beach to Oklahoma City is only a 24-hour drive if you drive straight through.
Not driving straight.
I know. Sean says real men wear pink, so she loves the sparkle reference. And then Lisa says, is it me or is the sound low? It should not be low on your end, Lisa, because I'm standing right here next to the camera. And Steve has a naturally loud voice, and we have the volume turned up completely.
I can speak up if you need me to.
Wow. Gail says that she's going to get you a man apron.
A man apron?
I don't know what that is.
That'd be a pair of overalls.
That's true. Linda wants to know, what size did you cut your pieces?
Go back and watch the replay. Just kidding. The base, which is the PLYWreath deco mesh, is cut to 15 inches. And then the green and the ombre are both 10 inches, and they're cut to 12 inches.
Thank you.
And this was on the wood burning tool to help it keep from fraying on the side, because this is the plastic. And the ombre you just had to cut. So the ombre is going to fray a little bit more, and so is the beige, because it was cut, but that's normal.
Sean's telling us that flying is one of the safest ways to travel.
It is.
It probably is, but I do enjoy the road trips. You see stuff you don't see when you're flying.
Yep.
Sue says that personally yours has amazing signs. I definitely agree.
She does.
Let's
They're
see
very
what else.
cool.
Everybody's talking to... They're saying that your sparkles on your deco mesh would be simulating the sparkles of the water.
Exactly. That's what we picked it for. That's why we chose it.
Yeah, that was Peggy's suggestion, that the water sparkles, so that just makes sense.
Yep.
Jane said that Steve does need his own sign, or his own apron, though. It would just have to be like Cats, probably crossed out, and put Steve over that.
Just put Cat's minion.
No, you're not my minion.
Or helper.
Sandra wants to know, is the sign wood or metal?
The sign is metal. It's a metal sign. It's 6 inches by 10 inches. It's really lightweight. And like I said, it's from Personally Yours. And it was like $10.99, I believe.
Gail says that she missed the outcome of what happened with Amazon.
So they are shipping us a new Mevo. But of course, we wanted that Mevo to be arrived today so we could use the live, because we were planning on doing it side by side. So that's one of the reasons why we kind of decided, or Kat decided, that it's just going to be me in front of the camera today, and then she's going to be in front of the camera on Sunday. But the Mevo will not arrive till tomorrow. So that's kind of a bad thing. You know, it was a Mother's Day gift. It would have been awesome if it arrived yesterday, but they're kicking they're taking half off of it, which is not bad. We didn't really care about the money. We just wanted to get it here so we could try it out and use it, right, Babe?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jody says that you need a camo apron.
I know, isn't that right?
He was already planning that.
Or at least a camo hat or a camo shirt. But
yeah, people are saying that sounds good for them, so it might just be a personal issue. It might just depend on your device, because what we've been learning is that depending upon what device type you're using to watch the live, we've noticed that the iPhones and iTablets or mobile devices are volume limited, so they'll only go up so high, and that was to prevent teens from listening to their music too loud.
Right.
So they do have sound limits, and that's why your headphones might be a better option.
yeah, definitely try to use earbuds.
And I'm looking at this.
And Kathy laughs at me because when I scrunch, I actually go like this, and I bring it with me while I scrunch.
Aww. Let's see. People are just talking back and forth, so I'm trying to just skip those conversations. Jane wanted to know if we could show her how to use the wood burning tool in our next video. I think, last week's Friday's video, didn't we do wood burning?
I think so. We burned like 2 or 3 pieces, I believe.
It won't be in the next video, Jane, because I'm not doing deco mesh for my video on Sunday, but maybe we'll just do a really short little video for the wood burning tool. Let's see.
We could do that, just a short video, like a 10 or 15 minute video.
Shorty wants to know, will you send me your link for the signs? Actually, Lee's probably going to go ahead and post the link in there. If she wants to go ahead and do that, she can link it directly to the site. So you guys can go and purchase your signs from her. And Peggy's awesome. She said our April showers video teaches us how to use the wood burning tool.
There you go.
Mike wants to know if he can have one of the protein bars. He's hungry.
Yes, there's meme number 2, right?
Yep. And Gail says, can you keep the protein bars? Or were we allowed to keep the protein bars they sent us instead of the camera?
Yeah, it's food, so they can't really return it. So we should get the protein bars. We'll send a protein bar with every wreath we sell.
No, not every wreath we sell.
But wait, that's not all.
Oh yeah. If you act now, right? Let's see. I'm looking at this. Thank you, Peggy. Love the color of the green. People are doing sorry text to talk errors. Let's see. People are agreeing with the camo apron. And
Well, that's why I kind of wore green. So
yeah, he was thinking that it would have been so awesome if he would have had a camo like vest or a camo shirt or jacket and a like the full blown fishing hat, and then he could have come in like that. Let's see what else.
So as you can see, it's not taking that bad. It's not taking that long. It's doing pretty well.
So let me just zoom in so you guys can see this a little bit better. There we go. Oops. Trying to give you guys more of a close-up to what he's actually building.
Yep.
So it's just on the wreath. So it goes from the edge of the sign to right where your hand is. So let me just kind of swing over so they can see what you're doing.
They can barely see it.
Well, no, now they can.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm just layering this on top. I'm not undoing the twist ties or anything. I'm just layering it right on top. Giving it 1 or 2 twists, probably about 2 twists, and then just moving on.
So Sean wants to know who taught you. She says it's super cool that, let me read her comment. It's super cool fishing. Wait. A super cool fishing vest for like fly fishing. You're doing a great job. Who taught who? I'm thinking that's about wreath making.
Well, Kathy was doing wreaths for a long time, and I was helping her, but she was mainly the one doing them. But, I mean, we made wreaths for years, you know, Christmas wreaths, and not near the quality or how cool we make them or how fun we make them now. But we were making Christmas wreaths, you know, for years and years and years to put up on our houses. And I remember one Christmas year, remember the big wreath that was eating people on Nightmare from Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
We made that one with the arms and everything at our old house, and that one came out really cool. That was probably 8 or 9 years ago. So, yeah.
So, good job, Antoinette. She says she missed a lot. She was outside. She just sold a wreath. Congratulations.
Good job. Woo-hoo.
Jane says it looks good. She says it, and Maribel says that we both make a great couple. Love seeing you both work together. Gordon Susie says, hi, Kat and Steve. Hubby is watching Steve's live with me. So there's guys watching you. That's like a couples thing.
Here's a challenge. I challenged Mike to cut hair with Rayma.
Oh, yeah. There you go, Mike. I'm sure Rayma would like that. Because Rayma's a hairstylist, so maybe you have to do a haircut.
That'd be fun. And do a live on it.
Exactly.
So I've only got like 2 more to go. And looks like I'm perfect. Right on there. I haven't missed one.
And Vi just joined us from her date night with Rob. Hey, Vi.
I thought you said you were going to miss it because you guys were going out on a date. Well, it's 8 something there, right? Maybe they went early.
Yeah, maybe. And Jane says that she can't wait till the first of the month gets here because she wants to join our private group. And then Mike commented back on your challenge that you threw down for him and Rayma that you don't want to see that.
Yeah, so what if there's some hair missing there or missing here, right? That's funny.
And Tammy, neighbor Tammy is watching.
Hi, Tammy. I thought she was coming over.
We're going to go out to dinner afterwards.
Yes.
So Sean says, I know my ex would have watched this. He liked watching me do my craft stuff. Sometimes he would even help, but he wasn't as good as me.
Well, I'm not as good as Kathy either. So.
You're doing a great job.
Thanks. So here we have it pretty much all laid in. I'm just going to have to do some fluffing, some HR fluffing stuff. And this is going to fray a little bit. I mean, you see some fraying here and there just because we had to cut it and it's the natural fibers. So you can just go in and kind of cut it where you see fit. But, I mean, but that's kind of part of the rustic look too. So.
Oh, I had to laugh. I'm just reading some of these comments. It's just making me laugh. Because, okay, number one, let me ask a serious, someone asked a serious question, so let me get that one out of the way first. Gail wants to know, how do you get started? So was it, I guess...
One frame and one twist tie at a time.
Okay. So,
how do you get started, you mean?
I don't know. Can you rephrase that question for us, Gail? Like, what specifically do you mean by getting started? Was it about Steve's wreath making, or what in general were you asking?
Or maybe she's talking about us doing lives and just your corporate trainer kind of kicking in and seeing how other people were doing teaching, and you're like, you know, I could do that. In fact, my corporate training or your corporate training would benefit you, I think, a lot more than other people. Teaching people.
This is what I laughed about, because Peggy commented that Mike can cut your hair.
No. Although I cut my own hair.
And Mike has little emoticons that says, like, someone cutting hair plus me equals really mean face.
Okay, so this is what we have so far. It's
Hold
pretty
on,
thick.
Let me zoom back out. This is always fun. That was zooming in. That's out.
You got it?
Yep.
So it's looking pretty thick. You can see the green in here. You can kind of see the ombre, and Kath and I both like letting the deco mesh kind of shine as well as the ribbon, so I'm not going to cover up a lot of this. Most of it's going to be exposed. We were talking about doing a sign, but I think you said we were talking about going to put the fishing pole on the sign first, right?
Mm-hmm. I said
just to see.
Do your pole
but
first.
I think that's going to get in the way of me making and doing the ribbon on the outside.
Okay.
So I'm going to do the ribbon on the outside.
Okay, and what are your ribbon choices?
And so this is 1.5 inch camo, and I think this is also from Craft Outlet.
Yes, it is.
It is. And this is 1.5 inch cut to 10 inches. So obviously what she does is she folds it in half, and there is just one side. So folds it in half, and then you pinch it. And I'm going to put this on the outside only, and I'll show you how I do it. And it's going to twist a little bit when you put it in. But when you put it on the outside, what we kind of like to do is, when we do it, we put it in like a V. So once we put it in, we give it a couple twists, and then we put it in a V shape and point it out like that. You got it?
Awesome. Let's see. Jane, Shirley, and Maribel says you're doing a great job. Lois says her husband won't touch mesh. She says that it sticks to his hand like little girls' fleece PJs.
I'm not going to touch that. I'm not going to. It does. It kind of really messes with it. Really kind of dries out your hands too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still not bad. But it is kind of really itchy and kind of weird feel, right?
Mm-hmm. So Lee says you're a natural. Shorty Max says you're doing great.
Thank you.
Sheila says doing awesome, Steve. Jane's looks great. Mary Jane says that's very pretty. She loves the shades of green. So does Shirley. And Kathy says, will you tell the list of the mesh you're using? Was it all from Craft Outlet?
Well, the beige you can get from Hobby Lobby. This is standard poly burlap beige. You can get that from Hobby Lobby. I think we did get it from Hobby Lobby.
We got it from Craft Outlet.
Did we? Mm-hmm. From Craft Outlet? Okay, but the ombre is from Craft Outlet. And I don't remember, where did we get the green from?
Craft Outlet.
Is it from Craft Outlet?
Mm-hmm.
So it's all from Craft Outlet.
It's all from Craft Outlet, technically.
There you go.
Nancy says it looks good. Susie says very nice. Christina says looks amazing. Mike says, so why does the wreath not have a hole in the middle?
Because it's a 14-inch frame. So by the time you put your ombre and your other deco mesh around it, think about it, it's 10 inches wide. So by the time you scrunch it and put it in there, it's all going to compact, and you have 5 inches from where you tie it down. So that 5 inches is tying in and covering and making the hole basically disappear. Same with the outside. You're adding about 4 inches to the outside. So instead of it being a 14-inch frame, you're adding 8 inches or 9 inches on each side. So it becomes a 23 or 24-inch wide wreath.
Gail says that she loves how you coordinated your shirt color with your wreath.
Right? Except the blue. But.
Well, you don't have, is it blue? I thought it's 2 shades of green.
It's kind of a green and a blue, yeah.
People love the fact that you're using camo, and Teresa's husband says that...
it's a guy's wreath, so it's got to have some camo in it.
Right. She says that her hubby loves it too.
Very cool.
Let's see what else.
And the camo matches all the colors. It's got the green, the beige, a light green, and it's got a black in there, but that's fine. It's a minor color.
Neighbor Betty is watching you.
Hi, neighbor Betty.
Trish Turner said her video froze. You might want to try logging out and logging back in because I've got... It's still recording. Normally it would say broadcast interrupted or we get the buffering bar.
Yep.
Antoinette says her hubby would take her to Hobby Lobby, make Mary B carry her bag in the house, but he ain't touching that mesh.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's smooth in some ways, but when you get your hands in here on the edges, it's a little rough. But
Neighbor Betty says...
Nothing a man can't handle, right?
Murray and Neighbor Betty said it's awesome so far.
Thanks.
Sean says even on her honeymoon, they went fishing for 7 days. My ex and I never had a vacation that we did not go fishing.
Wow.
I even won a bass tournament at his job. The guys never let a wife fish again.
Why? I would have been awesome, baby. You're fishing all the time now if you can win tournaments.
Sharon wants to know, is this wreath for sale?
Yes, I think Kathy, she already posted it on here. So yeah, it's on for sale on Etsy. It doesn't show the wreath, obviously, but it just shows the Facebook for post. But yeah,
awesome.
It is for sale.
Ruth says, Steve, I think your wreath making is awesome. Your colors look nice to complement your fishing theme.
Thank you.
Betty says, great job, Steve. Hi, Kat. Hi, Betty. And I finally got caught up on all the comments. Gordon says, nice job, Steve.
Thanks. It's getting there.
Do you guys have any questions for Steve while he's just finishing up adding his ribbon tails? Sean said that her ex worked for Lockheed Martin and the guys were so nice to her. I think maybe she embarrassed her ex as he thought he was such a man's man.
Oh, but she was the one that won the bass fishing
competition?
Hey. So it's funny, when I was working at Daytona, the racetrack, they have a lake inside. And I'm the guy out there from California, right? And the guys are out there who are working under me, who are contractors or local fishermen all the time. Guys. I barely get a chance to go fishing. They think I'm this California boy. I caught more fish than they did.
Wow.
And they were pretty impressed.
So Shirley wants to know, how much is your wreath?
I believe, so this wreath's going to be a little expensive because we've got a lot of accoutrements. We've got a lot of stuff on it. We got a fishing pole, we've got the sign, we've got some other really cool stuff that we're going to be putting on it. So I think we posted it for $85.
Well, is that a real fishing rod or is that just a prop?
This is a real fishing rod. It is for like dock fishing. So you can't extend it, but it's an actual real fishing rod. It's got the reel and everything on there. So if you wanted to use it and fish off the dock, you could probably pull it off and use it if you needed to in a pinch. It'd be great for a lake house, right?
It would. Sean says that she thinks the sign and rod would be great on your wreath.
Yeah.
And Sue says that you should keep some hand cream close to you to use while you're putting that together.
Guys don't use hand cream. Oh.
Robin says, would you make more, Steve? Hold on. Now that you're a pro?
Would I make more wreaths? I mean, we would make more of these if they were requested. And obviously, like Kathy said, we wouldn't do them exactly the same, but we would make more. And I help her make wreaths all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time, especially Christmas when it's super busy for her. Her and I are cranking out wreaths all the time.
Yeah, Steve's like my sous chef, but he does all my preps for me.
Yep.
So Sandra said fishing is fun. Sean says I learned how with a cane pole when she was 4 years old.
Wow.
I never learned how to clean a fish, though. I just figured out how to take them off the hook.
That's all right. You can let other people do that. Yeah,
she says it's called a fish holding glove. Purchased at Cabela's.
Yeah.
I think I'm pronouncing that correct.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy says great job, guys. Maggie said love watching Steve. Just came on. Is the base of the wreath a poof or a ruffle?
It's ruffle. It's all ruffle. So the poly burlap is a 15-inch, cut to 15-inch. It's a 10-inch roll, cut to 15 inches, and then the green and the ombre are also 10-inch rolls cut to 12 inches. And they're all from Craft Outlet. So.
Awesome.
Okay, so we've got the base in, or we've got the ones around the outside end, the camo. I'm going to go in and just do these and pick like 3 locations.
What do you have in your hand?
This is the window pane ribbon, and this is from Hobby Lobby. You can get this from Hobby Lobby in the green or the beige. And this is cut to 10 inches. You can also order from Craft Outlet, but you can get it from Hobby Lobby too.
I was sitting here telling him, I'm like, no, you can't. It came from Craft Outlet. You can only get the beige from Hobby Lobby.
You can only get the beige? Oh,
yeah.
See, there you go.
Let's see what else.
So putting in the green obviously is going to give it a little bit of the touch in the green in the center. And it kind of looks like netting, kind of looks like fish netting.
Mm-hmm. Right. This is funny. People are like, Robin says, where can I find a Steve?
Craft Outlet.
Hopefully not. We'll see if they'll put those up on sale. Mike says, I can tune a fish. Bad dad joke.
Tuna fish, ha ha ha.
Jean says,
very bad dad joke.
Jean says, it's like a dating site. I too want a Steve. Need mine about 60 years old. And then Betty neighbor says, Steve, everybody wants you.
There's something about Steve in movies too. Is like everybody in the movies, like over the hedge, the hedge is named Steve. It's just funny. I don't know.
Exactly.
Steve's just a funny common name. So I'm gonna use my.
You're dipping into your mock-up?
I'm dipping them into my mock-up because I gotta use it.
Okay.
I gotta use it, otherwise it's kind of wasted.
I know. He's been really good. He is recycling his products, so he's stealing off his mock-up.
And I'm kind of just doing every other one on the inside for the window pane, just so you have a little bit of a touch of green, and you can kind of see there's 3 pieces kind of going in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of going back in and filling it. So, okay, now I think I'm going to try to place the fishing pole, and that's going to be interesting.
Lee says her husband's name is Steve too.
Lee from Personally Yours?
Mm-hmm. She
That's
says
cool.
her husband is a Steve too.
So here's the pole. Obviously it's a short, it's actually a Zebco, so it is an actual real fishing pole. I tied a lure on it and I put a little weight on it. The trick is here, I think what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna bend the pole so it's caught a fish. And I'm gonna try to bend it in, and I'm gonna try to keep the bend in there. So we'll see how great it works. Obviously we've never done it before, so we'll see.
Let's see what else.
I don't know if I should try to zip tie this in. We shall see.
We're gonna see his creative mind do the figuring it out.
I think I'm gonna use the twist tie at least for the base to get this started.
Okay.
From there.
So you're gonna twist tie.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna twist tie all of them because I might put another ribbon on top so you can kind of so it'll hide the thing. But this is gonna be interesting. I might have to do some floral wire.
You have, I think you pulled out like 4 or 5 different strengths of floral wire to figure that out. This was his biggest challenge even coming up with his idea was he knew what he wanted to do, and of course everything right now for summer related anything is completely out of stock. So trying to even get like a prop fishing pole that you could use that wasn't an actual fishing rod were completely sold out. They're not available. Because you really only had 2 days to prep for this. Because we didn't know what the outcome was until you guys actually voted.
Yep.
So you're going to use floral
wire? So now
wire?
I'm going to take some floral wire and I'm just going to wrap it a couple times as hard as I can at the base.
I'm reading all these comments. Everybody was basically telling you, how wide is the green window pane ribbon?
The green window pane ribbon is 2.5 inches, and it's cut to 10 inches.
Awesome, thank you.
And the camo is 1.5 inches ribbon, also cut to 10 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the floral wire. I've got it just twisted down to the base. And I might take a pair of pliers later and really kind of twist this down and get it tight. But I'm going to poke this through and tie it to the wire frame or tie it to the frame. I think it's the only way I'm going to really get a good solid hook on this. No pun intended.
Yeah, bad dad jokes all the way. So Cheryl says, it's awesome that you know so much about wreathing. Donna said her son is a Steve also.
Awesome.
Jane says, I have a Jerry, but she used to have a Steve and she traded him in years ago. LOL. And Maribel says, sorry, I had to step out for a while. How many burlap pieces did you use?
So the beige, that's the base, I did all 18. I did 12 on the outside and 6 on the inside. So it's all 18 as the base. And then the ombre, which is also kind of a material, it's a poly deco mesh, I call it, right? But
it's got that weird name, poly burlap deco mesh.
Poly burlap, yeah.
But it's weird. Valerie says she has a Steve as well. Mike says it's coincidental that he has a brother-in-law. His name is Steve.
Wow, what a coincidence.
Right. Jean says this is going to be embellished wonderfully.
Okay, so we're getting there. We're getting there.
Sean says that she's done this on a plaque before and she used fishing line to tie it all over to keep the bend looking realistic.
Did she?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. So I've got fishing line on here too, which I wanted to keep. But I think I've got this first one on. So once I get to this first hook, that'll be the start of my curve. And I can get that and I can tie that down.
Let's see. Someone's suggesting that you use the dark green stems like the pipe cleaners to hold it in.
I could. We don't have any dark green. But.
No, like on your wreath already?
Well, if I do that, it's going to make this whole section kind of curve or turn when I try to tie this in.
Oh,
so,
gotcha.
Because when I bend it like this, it's going to bend everything with it. So I kind of wanted to do it separate. So it'll set more than just making everything kind of twist with it. Get it?
Yes.
You get what I mean?
Janet says, where did you get the green window pane ribbon? This is from Craft Outlet.
Craft Outlet.
Where'd you get the rod from, Steve?
Walmart.
Walmart.
Yeah. And it was cheap. It was like $9.
What gauge wire are you using?
I am using, I think it's 24 gauge. This is a 22 gauge wire. So it's got to be kind of thick to hold the pole and be able to help with the bend. So I'm using kind of a thicker wire. Like I said, I'll probably try to go in and well, I have the new ones here, so I should have the new ones. Oh, that's weird. Thank God it's off camera, you can't see it.
They want to know, what's the name of your fishing pole again?
It's a Zebco, which is a very standard fishing pole. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to really twist it tight.
And Sean says, it is supposed to look like it is on the outside though, right? I'm thinking the fishing pole? I'm not sure.
Well, the fishing pole is going to sit on top. It's going to be tucked in a little bit, but yes, it's going to basically be on top. But like I said, it's going to be twisted around like this, like it's catching a fish. So
And
that's the intent. We'll see where it goes.
Sandra says, where'd you get the fish?
The fish is really cool. We actually got the fish too from Craft Outlet.
Yeah.
So it's like a 4-inch, 5-inch fish. And I'm not gonna use the stem. I'm gonna cut it off because you can just pull it right out. It's that, what do they call this? The poly, or not poly, but they call it a
Deco mesh, or not deco
No.
mesh. Paper mache.
paper mache. Well, but somebody called it something else. But yeah.
Yay, I caught up on all my comments again.
Yay, I know. Sometimes that's rough, huh?
I know, trying to make sure you're hitting them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sandra, believe it or not, the fish were probably one of the only things that was not sold out in Craft Outlet. All their fishing ribbon was sold out, all their props, all their embellishments, everything was sold out. So he really was tested with the same challenges that we face as wreath makers. What do you do when you have to make an order like a fishing wreath and all your go-to sources like Craft Outlet or the wreath shop are all completely sold out of it? What do? You know, this is where us as creators have to think outside of the box and come up with something different, something unique.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna twist this down really tight, and I'm gonna use the cross sections of the wire, each section and the wires to keep it in place while I twist this down and really get a good grip on it.
I zoomed in on that so they can see what you're doing.
So you should be able to see it's got a good twist right there, so it's not gonna come off. And then you can just cut it and then twist it down and twist it under the frame so make sure nobody gets cut. So there's two. So it's looking pretty good. So this is the one where it's going to be fun because I've got to try to turn it and bend it. So what I'm hoping is that when I turn it like this, I can find a piece that it's going to bend really well. But I think even if I don't bend it that far, I think it'll be okay because, you know, I can just bend it like this and I think it can be okay, right?
I think so. Yeah, it doesn't have to have like a severe arc in it.
No, but it's got to have a good enough arc to where you can ship it.
Yeah.
That's the one thing is make sure it's got to be.
It's got to be shippable.
Shippable, yeah.
So I just zoomed in so they can see exactly what it is you're trying to do.
Okay. So right now I'm using the eye hooks of the pole to feed through for where I'm going to put the wire. I want to make sure I'm not catching the fishing line. So it's like that.
They can see it's up close.
Okay, good. So I'm going to give it a few twists and then I'll use my pliers to really twist it tight.
Yep, that's exactly what Shorty Mac told you to do. Put it in the eye hook on the rod.
Yep. And now I probably have my needle nose.
You had it for twisting.
I know.
They're right there on top of the sign.
They blended in so perfectly. So yeah, now I'm just going to twist it really, really well.
They can totally see that. Audrey says she loves your design.
It's our design. We designed it together.
This was all yours. You picked out a lot of the stuff by yourself.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm not sure is when I try to do this, see what I mean? It's not gonna, so I might have to take something here at the bottom.
From the handle?
Yeah, from the handle.
Yeah. Maybe
We'll
once
see.
you get that fastened in, you can pull the handle down.
This was gonna be the hard part.
Mike says, I gotta run. My family's hungry. Going to grab a protein bar. Great job, Steve.
I got plenty. I can ship you and I can sell you.
Sean says, thinking to just hold it until you get it wired on right. So I agree. I think once you anchor things down where you want them to be, you can keep like moving it down the pole until it stays where you want it to stay.
Yeah. So we'll see.
What do you guys think? Steve doing a good job? Let's give him some loves. Let's give him some likes. Come on, baby, you could do it.
I knew this was always going to be the hard part.
Yeah. I think once you get this on, that was like your biggest challenge.
Yeah.
They're all giving you hearts, thumbs, woo woo, more hearts, more loves. You're doing a good job, baby.
So you can see I'm twisting this down pretty hard again.
They can totally see that.
Good. I think I'm going to leave this open because if I have to change it, I can
move it before you snip it.
Yeah.
Gail says, everyone says you're doing a great job. You're doing an awesome job. Steve's doing an awesome job. Connie says, am I missing something? What happened with the protein bars? It's like the ongoing pun joke now in our family.
It never ends.
Kevin, Lindy's husband, says, you're doing a good job, Steve.
Thank you. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the bend I want on it, but I'm going to keep working with it.
You're doing good time-wise.
Yeah. Well, kind of. We'll see. This one from where I put the bottom and where I have this, if I could get the bend, then I would be okay, but
where are you holding it though?
The wire right here is moving with the pole, so that's the only issue I've got. So I think I know what I could do, but we'll see. I'll get this last one in and then we'll go from there.
He is a great problem solver. Yeah, Nancy says that you need a red bobber on the end of your line for just that pop of red. He actually has them. Lower.
You mean like that?
Yeah. He has a bunch of
like
really cool, yeah, he has a really bunch of cool accessories. He's just got to get that fishing rod secured the way he wants it to look.
Yeah, this is the toughest part. This could take me a little bit. So now for the...
I think you have to do that front part.
Like
where you keep, where you're grabbing it from the end, like maybe wire
I do, I have
down.
to do this one still.
Yeah, and then I think once that's secure, you'll be able to bend and secure your pole.
Yeah.
Because right now you're holding it at 2 different tension points.
I know.
So once you secure one, you should be able to do the other.
But if this one would have stayed here where I'd wanted it to, then I would have got the bend out of it, but it's moving.
Can you put a wire around the handle?
I might have to just undo this one and get it really tight. Really, really tight with the pliers. I didn't do it tight enough, so I might have to really undo this one again.
Let me see. Yeah, they want you to put the wire through the handle as like a suggestion.
Yeah, there's a hole right here. I can probably do it, so when I get there, I can probably put it through the handle and tie it down, and that will help. Okay, I'm gonna do that right now.
Around the handle? Awesome suggesting, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Betty says, serious wreath making's going on at my neighbor's house. That would be neighbor Betty.
I'd have to say this one's pretty difficult, just putting all this extra stuff in.
Shirley says, so when you buy a wreath from Kat and Steve, you get a protein bar? At least the first 12 people would, because there's only 12 in the box. So Cindy asked what was the outcome we had with the Mevo. It's basically the same scenario that they kept giving us, Cindy, which is that the only thing we wanted them to do was expedite shipping just because it was a mistake made on Amazon's behalf, and that was the one thing they would not do, even though that is a possibility that they have access to. But what they ended up settling with was giving us about half off our Mevo. So we'll still get it tomorrow. We'll have it live for our Sunday, but we just don't have it today, which is another reason why we decided to go with a single wreath challenge rather than us working double.
I'm going to try something interesting.
Yeah, people are saying they think you need to wire down your handle.
Yes, that's what I'm working on.
Just trying to make it look like it's part of the device.
Yeah, just knowing how you put the reel together. I unscrewed the part of the reel, and I think if I can really twist this in, then I can retwist the reel.
Trying to zoom in on what you're doing so they can kind of see. Shorty says, Betty, you need to go over to Kat and Steve's house. Sometimes they do.
I need an extra hand.
Yeah, right. Can't put that in that bow dabber, right?
Oh, you can't. See the reel come off. But that helps.
Yeah.
I just need to really get this tight.
I'm so glad you did the fishing reel challenge and not me. This would just be like, babe, you need to seriously come over here and help me. I can't get this. I don't know what to do. We're not putting a fishing reel in there.
Okay. Yeah, I think I got this.
Think you got it? Where did you order the Mevo from, Kathy? From Amazon. That was the whole dilemma. We ordered the Mevo and It was supposed to be here yesterday, and when it showed up, I actually didn't even open the box because it was addressed to Steve.
Not only did I get it, you can't even see it now.
Where's the bomb?
Okay, so.
So now he's like diligently working to secure the handle.
Yes.
But Amazon sent us a box of Gatorade 12 count chocolate chip whey protein bars instead. Even though the packing slip said it should have been Amiibo.
Can you believe that?
So now the protein bars are a joke in our household, and you're seeing Steve's memes on my page all the time about what else you can use protein bars for. Sorry, Gatorade. We know it wasn't your fault.
No, it wasn't Gatorade's fault. Definitely all Amazon.
So it's going to become like the family version of the fruit cake that gets passed down to everybody.
Yep. So give me a minute, guys, while I'm still working on this, because it's going to take me a while.
Meredith says, Steve, I have confidence you'll finish strong.
Thank you. Hopefully. I kind of have to push this in with my gut as I'm doing it.
So you're pushing the fishing pole in while you're wiring it where you want it to go?
I'm pushing the fishing pole in, yeah, while I'm trying to get this to wire.
Yeah, I bet that's got a lot of tension on that, just with the floral wire. This is why it's a man's wreath, because you can look at the tension on his hands trying to twist that in there. You guys did a good challenge.
Yeah, you did.
He's like, I'm never doing a fishing wreath ever again.
Well, I might do one, but I'm not going to use all the embellishments and the rod and everything else.
You'll wait until the fishing reels come back in stock.
Yep. Okay, so there you go. So it's already starting to bend.
Hold on a sec. Well, let me go back out. Did you get it in?
Yeah.
Let us see.
So it's already starting to bend now. So you can see the bend.
Awesome job, babe.
Okay. So I just need this last one. And that should do it. For the pole, anyways. I think I can probably use this smaller piece.
Peggy says, Steve's just experiencing what we all go through from time to time. It makes the demonstration more realistic when things don't go out the way you would plan.
That's right.
I'm going to try to push the camera back in because it's coming out of its little holder. Because it doesn't want to move. There it goes. Now we can see you. Kind of crooked though.
Is it crooked?
Yeah. Well, we're going to upgrade our tripod, so
Yeah.
shouldn't have any issues zooming in, zooming out.
Yep.
Sandra says, awesome, you did it, Steve.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So
You bending your last little piece
I'm bending
down?
the last little hook. Yep.
That is so cool though, babe.
Yeah, I'd have to say this one's pretty challenging.
Valerie says she needs a sign that says gone to the lake, LOL.
Yeah, I know, huh? This one actually should be at a lake.
Yeah, this should be. This would look good in a lake, what do you call it? Lake house,
Lake house, yep.
or a fishing cottage.
Mm-hmm. Do you have it zoomed in still?
Mm-hmm. Yep, they can see everything you're doing.
Awesome.
Sandra says, show that fishing pole who's boss.
I know, right? Right now it's kind of showing me, but I'll get it.
People said they have faith in you. You'll get it worked out. This is like real life things, because it's like if I was doing this, I would have Steve come over and help me. You guys wouldn't see this going on. I'd be like, babe, I have to make a fishing wreath. How do I do this?
Mm-hmm.
So now you guys can see what he would be doing.
Okay, I got it.
Yay!
Now, this needs to come over here. Right? Perfect.
Caitlin says she left her protein bars in the fridge. Because Caitlin was here for the weekend. Wow, I keep zooming in and then you keep moving it. So let me zoom back out.
I'll turn it back around here in a second.
Let me zoom back out a little bit. So they can actually see every time you pick it up and move it. Because I had it so zoomed in that they can see what you're doing with your hands.
I just let it go.
Real life, baby.
Yep. But I got the spot for it, so you just can't let it go.
Donna said this wreath is like reeling in the big one.
It is.
That is so true. There's going to be so many fishing puns from this. Jane wants to know, how long have I had my Facebook page? My business page? I think I've had my Facebook business page since September of last year. Not too long. My personal page I've had for 5 years, 6 years, something like that. I'm trying to get this because we're doing that funky white balance thing. Because when you work off the white surface with the lights, you're getting that white balance. Where the camera wants to adjust the colors. I'm trying to keep it off the white.
Gotcha. Trying to disguise some of the wire on the how I have it wrapped, but yeah.
I think you
getting
did.
there. I think I'm getting there. So there's kind of
Hold on, let me zoom back
there's
up.
kind of what the fishing pole looks like. So you can see it's got a good arc to it. I need to kind of pull some of this back through and underneath, but obviously it's here. It's got the arc, which is what I was looking for.
Awesome. They give you a bunch of loves. Woo, you did it.
I'm in the moment right now.
He's like in the groove.
I'm
Don't
in the
talk to me. You notice he stopped talking to us?
Yeah, I did for a bit.
It's like the chefs when they're deep intense and they're cooking, they stop talking.
Right?
Dorothy says they're doing a good job. She loves the fishing pole and the wreath.
Awesome.
I don't think you can have a fishing wreath without a fishing pole.
Something. Well, you could. You could. Okay, so now I'm going to
Add your fishing sign?
I'm going to add the sign. And the sign is basically, are you zoomed out or in?
Out.
Okay, so the sign is basically going to be right here. Here's the tip of the pole. So my thought is I've got lures right here, and I'm going to have a little lure kind of dangling out over it, and I'm going to put this sign right here, and I've got some other fun stuff that I'm going to put on.
Awesome. It's going to look awesome.
So we already put the business card on the back, like you guys should do. Cat's Creations, I put it on the side so if anybody needs to peek over and see it. It's got the brown rim on the sign, which is really cool because it matches with the brown twist tie that I've got. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the hole punch and put it pretty much right in the center.
The metal punch.
The metal punch. Still a hole punch.
Yeah.
It's a metal hole punch. Give it a few little twists.
Jane says that I know you've been the first I've seen, been following for about a month now. It's really been enjoying it here. Thank you, Jane. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Jeannie Carruthers says, what a cool wreath.
It will be. It's getting there.
It will be. Trust me, guys. I saw this. Oh, I so wanted to share the pictures, but I would have given it all away. So I had the demo where he had laid everything out. So I don't want to give it away. Peggy says, go, Steve, go.
Yeah.
And
there's the tip. There's that. So yes, I'm going to go like right there. Okay. Awesome.
Are you talking to yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Charlene, I think she meant to say, Kat, where's your wreath? We're doing the wreath challenge in 2 parts so you guys can actually see the detail and the time that we put in it. So, yeah, I probably would have already been done with my wreath by now. But Steve's doing a great job.
Not that bad, right?
No. Steve says you're doing a great job. Charlene wants to know, are you going to make a bow?
No, I'm not going to make a bow. I don't think this is going to need a bow with all the tails and everything else that we're going to have in it. So
Everybody's giving you thumbs up and hearts. Awesome job, Steve. You go, boy. Awesome job.
Thank you.
It's going to look so amazing.
This is
Oh, I know what you forgot before you put the sign on.
What?
What goes behind your sign?
Oh yeah. Okay. Do that. Okay. See, so that's why I'm glad she's here.
I just saw your demo and I was like, oh, I remember what you said you're going to do before you put the sign on.
Okay, so the sign's going to go right here. I'm going to use this one. This twist tie. We're putting a ton of stuff on this one, so it's going to be pretty interesting.
Socorro says, tackle that wreath, Steve.
That's a good pun.
That's a great pun. Love it.
Okay, so we are using the grass. Cattails, because you all know all around lakes, you got cattails all over the place, right? So there's 3 of them. We've already cut them off the main branch. It's got 1 cattail in each one. And we are going to glue these. Well, I'm going to tie them in, and I'm probably going to glue them too. But I'm going to get them to fan around.
So okay, you said, why are you adding the cattails?
I'll show you.
Okay.
So we're going to put these on the bottom, and then we're going to put the sign over it so it looks like there's cattails coming out from behind the sign. Like when you would see at a lake, you see cattails. It just looks really, really cool.
Yay!
So I'm going to glue these. I'm
Okay.
going to use my glue gun and kind of glue them together in a bunch.
You gonna wire those together?
I'm going to wire them to the green Decor mesh, but I'm also going to glue them.
Sandra says those are awesome. Did they come from Craft Outlet?
Probably.
No, Sandra, they came from Hobby Lobby.
Oh, they came from Hobby Lobby?
Hobby Lobby, yeah. We try to get our florals and a lot of our greenery from Hobby Lobby just because you can look and have things very misleading online. Did you burn yourself?
A little bit.
Okay. Well, you made the very first crafter's error, so I guess you've been initiated when you get that first glue burn.
This isn't the first one.
I know.
Okay. That's going to look really good.
It's going to look bomb, babe. Valerie said that's such an awesome idea, putting the cattails in.
Yep. So we're going to tie this down and kind of tight it.
So are you using one of the twist ties, the pipe cleaners that were there?
I'm using one of the twist ties. I'm bundled them together. I kind of glued them together so they'll stay in a bunch. And then I twist tied them down to one of the twist ties. And then the sign is going to hide it.
Awesome.
The sign's going to basically go hide it. So when you see it, it's going to look like that.
That's going to look so nice. Yeah, Sandra, we actually had purchased something from Craft Outlet and it was very misleading. By the time we got it today and opened the box, it was not what we had thought it was.
Yeah.
So it's always a good a good idea to get your florals at a walk-in facility where you can see it.
Yep.
Unless you've ordered from them before and you're just reordering another supply. Let's see.
Now, it's going to be fun to try to get the sign in. Let's see.
Jackie says Steve's doing a great job. I've been thinking of making one for my husband because he sleeps and breathes fishing.
Does he really? This one's going to be tough. So pardon the pause and the silence, but I'm just trying to find a place where I can
Deep
get the
concentration.
twist tie down into the...
Let's see how it would have been more of a challenge, I think, if you would have put the sign on and then tried to add them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You're getting some hearts, babe. They like it.
Awesome, thank you. This is difficult. This has been out of a 1 to 5 on challenging, just with adding the fishing pole and the grass stuff. And
Shorty Mac says Father's Day is coming up next month.
All right, this would be a good Father's Day.
It would be a good Father's Day gift. Instead of the standard tie.
The tough thing is I've got to get the twist tie for the sign down in through the grass, down in through the deco mesh, down in through the... That's the challenging part.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
Once you get it in. Someone says,
Once I find a spot.
Someone says, I could see Steve sweating and getting nervous.
I'm sweating a little bit.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not getting nervous. I'm just sweating because it's
difficult.
difficult.
Who would have ever thought that a fishing wreath would have been like really challenging to build? I'm looking.
Okay, I think I got it. I know I'm probably off camera too.
No, you're on camera.
Oh, okay.
It's out. I can see your head.
Okay.
You did it?
I did it.
You got it through there?
Yep.
Are you fluffing?
I'm kind of fluffing. MHR fluffing. I didn't even do that, so it's even got a little bit of that.
Sandra, I can spend a fortune in Hobby Lobby as well. That's why I got my Hobby Lobby credit card.
Oh yes, we did. We just got a Hobby Lobby credit card.
Because they give you your rewards for using it, and it's a general Visa point. So here's my plug for Hobby Lobby and their credit card. When for every $1, once you get up to 2,500 points.
So far, this is what we've got.
That looks amazing, babe.
So it's getting there. I've got a few more things still to do, and this should be close to done.
Awesome. So what are you doing now?
So now, here's kind of another fun part. These are actual lures. And which ones do you guys like?
So what do you have? Green?
I've got green with gold with a little tiger stripe. I've got silver, white tiger stripe. Then I've got black. Then I've got the standard gold. Then I've got a gold with a yellow, and then a silver with a white. I was thinking the top one, the yellow with the green.
That would make it pop. Because everything else is green or brown. And gold.
Yep.
I will, Jean, as soon as he starts focusing more.
What?
She's like, zoom in. I'm like, well, you're
Zoom
not.
in?
You're still pulling items out of a box.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said yellow.
Oh, yellow?
Yeah, you're pulled. Why'd you pull green? You said yellow. Then you
Well,
pulled...
it's got a yellow spinner.
Oh.
But there's the one that's all yellow.
Yeah, the yellow feather. People are saying gold, yellow, silver, silver.
Yeah, I actually like the yellow,
Gold.
so I'll do the yellow one. There's the yellow one. I'll do that one.
Good job, babe. Here, hold on really quick. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do that whole funky thing. This is where the Mevo comes into play.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to get... You're not trying to zoom in on the comments. So that's the lure he's going to put on.
That's the lure with the yellow.
That's pretty.
And I've already got this tied on to an actual lure.
Hold on.
So all I have to do is hook this in. And yes, I actually tied the lure and tied the... So I've got it right here. So this...
God, you moving.
This, once I get it there, is going to kind of hang down. It's going to hang down on it.
Oh, awesome.
Like that. And I'm going to cut the barbs off because I don't want you guys to get cut when we sell this.
Awesome. That looks great. Let me zoom back out.
Yep.
So what are you doing now? I was doing that funky white balance. I think it's picking up the light from the door.
Is it?
I just moved it over.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes it gets that weird thing off the door.
It's the overhead lights that are on.
Okay. So like I said, I'm going to cut these off. I'm just going to cut the tips off. I don't want you guys getting cut.
So you're actually cutting the barbs off the actual lure where the
Yes.
fish would go.
And that's not good.
What?
It-
Did it shoot
It
somewhere?
disappeared.
We'll have to run the vacuum. There you go.
There we go. I've got one.
I know, Shorty, right? He makes it look so easy.
No, I don't. What are you talking about?
Doing the rod, putting in the sign, adding your embellishments. Did you get it?
Yeah, they're all good.
Good job, babe.
So it doesn't look as good because you normally like to see the hook on it, but
We'd rather have safety.
yes.
See if I can try to zoom out. There we go.
We'd rather have safety.
Yeah.
So as you can see, I actually did push the button on the reel, and I pulled this out and lengthened it a little bit. In fact, I can still do it.
Okay, then you
then
have
I
to
can-
reel it back in.
I can reel it back in.
Wow, so this is like a wreath / man toy.
Yes. It is.
Linda wants to know where'd your fishing pole come from because she's been looking for a month and they're sold out.
It came from Walmart. But this is just like a dock fishing pole, so it's very small. It's just for casting off the dock and reeling back in or fishing off the dock. It doesn't have the big old long pole or the extension. So
Sheila said this is going to be an awesome looking wreath. Weren't you going to put a bobber on your thing too?
I'm not, well, I don't think I'm going to put a bobber on it. I mean, I could if I'm just going to use a small one. But I was thinking about just putting some of the bigger ones in here just as a decoration. I think I'm just going to do that.
Okay. Kathy wants to know what type of mesh is the green? And what color is it at Craft Outlet? We're not sure about the actual color.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be something like a dark green metallic. Because we definitely know it's not the moss green because that came out way too light. So it's just a shade darker. So that would be my starting point, Kathy, is to go to Craft Outlet and in their search bar put a dark green metallic.
Yep. I want to make sure I'm not cutting the line.
I like the bobber. It's a nice touch. See, Betty said the same thing. Right at the same time, she put, I like the red touch.
So there's the bobber.
That looks so cool. Hold on.
There's the
I
line.
need to go up.
It's a little hard to see the pole, but you can kind of see the frame of the pole.
I think once you were physically looking at it in your hand, you can see.
But you can see the lure, which I think is in a really good spot. You can see the pole here.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just got a couple more things and I'll be done.
Yay, you're doing good, babe. I like your bobber. That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone says that color on the bobber makes it pop.
Yes. Now I'm going to put that fish right there. I think I'm going to glue him down. That might be a little bit tough, but I'm going to glue him down.
Shouldn't be that tough to glue. Are you just making a hole for him?
Well, I've got to put some more of the base down in there, so.
Everyone says they love your wreath. It's really nice. Lindy says it's awesome. Jane says she loves it.
It's pretty cool. First time we've done it, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll still have to fix some stuff and cut the ties off when I finish up. But
Jill says hello. This is her first time watching.
hi, Jill.
Yeah, Jill, where are you from? We'd love to know where our first timers are coming from. Jean wants to know about how long was the fish? What do you think?
The fish is about probably 5 inches long.
Okay.
4 to 5 inches long. And I'm just going to let that set up. But that's almost done. I don't think there's anything else. I mean, I could put another, you guys want me to put another little bobble or two or bobber on it? What do you guys think?
Should he add more bobbers, guys, or should he just leave it like that?
I've got 2 more different sizes. I'll show it.
Might have to hold your fishy.
Yeah, I'm going to show it.
I think he's in there now,
It's
right?
setting up pretty good.
That looks so cool, Steve.
Oh,
Oh, your
no.
fish fell off. I told you have to hold him.
No. No, fishy. Dang it.
Angel says you need to do hunting wreath next. We've
I'm
had
not putting a
so
live-
many requests for fishing and hunting.
Yeah.
We know you can do it. Yes, so people are saying add a little bit more bobbers. So let's see. Shorty Max says please do. Charlene says yes. Jean says yes, 2 more. And then Sandra said no, 1 looks great. Gail says leave it. Scarlett says add a couple more. Carol says no, leave it. Jane says yes. Denise says leave it. Charlene says yes, more bobbers.
So I'm gonna let that glue set up a little bit before I really do anything else and touch it. So, is there any other questions you guys have while we're kind of waiting?
So Coral said that
really
fish is
definite.
not a keeper, but the wreath is.
Well, it's a good realistic fish. I think this is obviously a guy's wreath.
Mm-hmm.
This is for like a lake house wreath or a man cave, or obviously guys who really love fishing.
So a lot of people seem to be saying add a couple more of your bobbers.
Add a couple more. Okay.
Susan, baseball team signs, believe it or not, we're still working on it. We just organized the garage this week. My daughter was down from Modesto, and she was nice enough to help me go through everything and actually put it in the garage in sections based on seasons. So we hope to have that done soon, because that would be 3 more bins out of my garage. Yes, people are saying add the bobbers.
Bobbers being added.
More, yes, he's adding more bobbers. Donna says she likes to fish more than her husband does.
That's cool. That's really cool. So I've got 2 on there. I can add 1 more like right here.
Do you think it needs it? I like the 2.
Well, I don't want to do this because of the fish though. I'm letting the fish set up a little bit. So we'll give it a second. We're almost done. I still need to cut. I'll do that now. I'll cut all the rest of the little twist ties off.
So what do you guys think so far? Do you think he did a good job for his challenge? Susan says she missed it. Where'd you get the fish from?
The fish is from Craft Outlet, right?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Craft Outlet.
Jane wants to know how much are you going to be selling this wreath for?
This is on actually here on Kat's Etsy shop for $85. Just because of the cost of the pole and the sign and the bobbers and everything, it's a little expensive, but it's definitely worth it. The cost of material is probably close to $45 on this. So.
Someone
least.
says Betty wants this one for her lake house. I am looking. You did great job. People are giving you
So
lots of thumbs up. Superb job, great job.
Do you remember how you said you didn't really want me to do like a 1 loop?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a couple locations here that are kind of bare. I think I'm going to do it.
Jean says, how do you figure your costs in this to make your asking price? So you kind of want to go over with them how you arrived at about that price?
Sure. The cost of the pole itself was $10. It was like $9.99.
Mm-hmm.
The cost of the sign was $10.99. So that's $21 right there. The cost of the 3 bobbers was $5. The cost of the lures right here, just to get 1 out of the 6, is like $6. The deco mesh and the wire frame at average $5 each. Right there is $45. And if you can at least double your material is what I like to do, then you're doing okay.
So you price it just a little bit below your double material cost.
Right.
Darnell, the fish came from Craft Outlet.
Yep. Craft Outlet.
Yeah, Kathy says it should be the cost times 2. It would just,
Yeah.
it would price it I think if we did it that way, cost times 2, so 45 and 45, 90.
90.
I think we wanted to kind
We're
of
just
keep
a little
it.
under there, so yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to keep it just under that price point.
Yep. So I'm just going back in and cutting some of my twist ties.
You did good, baby. That looks amazing.
Yeah.
I like how you can actually see inside the fish's mouth. It's like pink.
Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah. Are you doing half bows, babe?
I'm doing half bows, cut to 12 inches. So it's inch and a half, sheer green. There's just a couple locations that looked a little plain bare without it, so I'm putting some half bows in. How are we on time? Well, it's an hour and 40 minutes. That's not too bad.
Considering what you had to endure just trying to fix the fishing pole,
Yeah.
I think that just, yeah, you're doing good, babe. You're almost done.
I'm getting there. Huh? Almost done.
Betty says, I could buy the wreath and then ask Will for a lake house.
That second part might be the tough one.
Yeah, the lake house, right? Oh, if only we could do lake houses.
I know.
So Beverly says she missed the beginning. Is the base all Ruffles?
It's all Ruffles. The base and the ombre and the green are all Ruffles.
Yeah, Jane says, I know whoever buys this wreath is going to get a great wreath. That's for sure. That's exactly what I said. This is just going to be so amazing to the person who pops this open. This is definitely a man's man wreath. There's no like, no foo-foo, no frillies, no bows on it. It's all
I mean,
guy.
there's these half bows, but they're muted. They're not like stand out.
But you did camo.
Kind of in your face. Yeah, but you did camo.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah.
So are you cutting all your twist ties off now?
Yeah, I'm just cutting all the twist ties off, and then we're pretty much done.
Okay.
So what do you guys think? You guys put me to the test on this one. It was definitely a challenge.
They did. They really put you to the challenge.
They did.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, the fish is on there.
They're giving you hearts, babe. Someone says this would make a great Father's Day gift.
Yeah, it would.
I totally agree with this. It could be a great retirement gift for someone who you know that loves fishing and they're getting ready to retire.
Yep.
We know a lot of people like that. Or any guy who totally loves fishing, put it in their man cave or lake house, cottage, lake cottage. Is that even a word?
No.
No.
Maybe in England.
Okay.
So we're almost there. Almost there.
I think you've got like 2 twist ties left and you're done.
Yeah. It's wrapped around the...
So yeah, my theme for Sunday is I have to do a forest wreath. I was hoping for the wedding wreath because I had so many ideas on that. No, we'll be doing forest. So I wanted to class it up a little bit and not really go to like the go-to thing and maybe go fairy. So I'm putting my own spin on it and keeping it classy. So you guys will have to, you'll have to tune in. Someone, Charlene says, you totally rose to this challenge, Steve. Great job. She loves it.
Thank you.
Beverly says, I like it without all the ribbons there. I'll put little fish in there as their emoticons.
Yeah.
Jane says, excellent job, Steve.
It looks really good. It came out really well. I wasn't sure about the fishing pole. That was my one concern. But
Thanks, Connie. Good night. And have a wonderful Mother's Day for people who are signing off. Happy Mother's Day if you guys are going to be off and doing your own thing. We will still be live here Sunday at 5, the same time that you guys joined us today. It's my gift to you guys that would love to see another wreath being built and to see part 2. And we'll go with that. Let's see.
So the fun thing is when I was tying the twist tie off, I cut the line.
Oh no!
So I'll have to just redo it. I'll recut it. I'll pull some of the line off. I mean, if you guys want to hang with me and do it, we can do it. It shouldn't take me too long.
Christine says your next challenge should be to make a bow. I hate to tell you, Christine, but he can make some mean bow.
Yeah, I can make
He can do that, no problem. We taught him all through Christmas because I really needed help getting our Christmas inventory up. So he had to learn, but he knows how to do it on the Bodabra. So he can do that.
Yeah, I can do it on Bodega.
So Antoinette says, give yourself a pat on the back. Great job.
Yeah, this one was tough. This one still is tough.
Kathy, the private group classes are on Wednesdays at 5 for now. We're going to talk about it in our group, I think, coming up this Wednesday to see if that works. There's a lot of people that maybe it works, maybe it not. I'm getting a lot of people that have other obligations, so maybe we'll look at maybe doing it earlier, doing it a different day. So we'll put it to the vote with the group on Wednesday and see what they think. And you keep dropping your lures.
Well, you got to get it through the little eye hole.
He'll hold it up as soon as he finishes Nelda. When he was cutting the pipe cleaners to clean up his wreath, he cut the fishing line.
Yeah, right by the twist. There's a twist eye right by the last eyelet, and it cut the line off.
Yeah, Betty says you need to put it on the door.
I will. Give me 1 second, and I'll put it on the door once I finish this.
So he's actually putting this on the way a guy would put lures on a fishing pole.
Yes.
So technically, if a guy wanted it, he could cut all this out of the wreath, and he'd have, what do you call it, a deck pole? Like fishing off a dock.
It's a dock pole. Yeah. Yep, for fishing off of a dock, exactly. That's how you do it.
Tying that nut tight.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me for biting.
That's how guys do it out on the docks,
That's how you do it out on the dock. Yep. So 1 minute and it'll be done. You gotta put a little weight on it, otherwise it's...
Jean says you should do a tutorial on the Pro Bow. She just got hers, but she still uses the Bodabra. Debbie says, teeth and all, you're a true fisherman. Too many years of going out doing fishing.
And I can even reel it in.
Charlene says, well, you've mastered wreathing, next challenge a cook-off. He's a great cook, too. Seriously, there's nothing that he cannot do.
Okay, so here we go.
Are you all done?
I'm all done. Well, there's another one right here.
Don't cut your fishing line.
I know, right? Well,
Make sure it's out of the way. You did a great job, babe.
Yeah, so it looks good.
You did a great job.
I like the grass and the moss because it really looks like with the bass
fish
here, like he's down in the depths.
Of it in the grass. Oh,
the
go ahead and
grass.
take it off and you can put it on your wreath, on the door. So I'll have you hold it up.
Yeah, I'll just hold it up. I think I'm done. What do you guys think?
We gotta turn around so we can see. What do you guys think?
Right?
That looks really awesome, babe.
Can I
Let me
see
see
it?
if I can zoom in just a touch so they can see everything. And I'll just kind of showcase. So there's your fish. Everyone's giving you hearts, lots of loves, lots of thumbs. Now you have to hang it on the door.
That's good, right?
Yep.
So I wonder how this is going to hang based upon the weight.
Well, we will see.
We'll see. So we'll take our hold off.
I'm trying to zoom so you guys can see it the way we do as soon as he moves.
And there it is.
So, I know, hold on a second guys, the white balance is being kind of funky right now. So, let me zoom out just a little bit. What do you guys think? Hearts, thumbs, love it, absolutely adorable. That's such an amazing wreath.
Yeah, this little sparkle in the green deco mesh.
Yeah, I'm gonna
The
try.
foil came out really well, really well. Looks good.
Someone says you need the third bobber because everything has to be in threes, but your fish is actually the third.
This is actually the third, but I could put another small bobber maybe down here somewhere.
I think it competes with your fishing pole though.
Yeah, I could maybe hide it down in here.
Nah, I like it the other way.
You like it like that?
Yeah. That looks very manly, man.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I do see that though. It kind of looks like eyes, so if I put one down here.
Maybe it's just the way you fasten them.
Yeah.
You made them.
I'll fix it. I'll put a third one on. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
That's
so-
awesome.
Yeah, you did great. What do you guys think?
Do you
Did
wanna-
he rise?
Do you want to come back around?
Sure, I'll come back around. So, let's see.
Bye guys, Kat's gonna come back around.
You want to go trade spaces again?
I'll come back around.
Okay. So, we finished our first version of Trading Spaces. Husband-wife duo, the man behind the camera now becomes the man in front of the camera. So Sunday night, we're doing the forest theme. I'm doing a grapevine. So if you guys haven't seen me do a grapevine before, you might want to tune in. So we're taking it forest. I've got a couple surprises for you, but that's all I'm going to give you the hint for. This would have just been way too much space with all of my greenery that I'm going to be adding to that. So for those of you that will not be able to join us on Sunday for Mother's Day, please make sure you have a happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day,
And,
everybody. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, you did a great
I
job.
appreciate it with all my fumbles and everything else, but it came out good.
You didn't fumble, except for cutting the fishing
Cutting the
line,
line.
but that would be something wreathers do. But you guys have a great weekend. Thank you for joining us. Make it something amazing. Make it memorable.
Happy anniversary to all those who were
Yeah,
just had anniversaries or about having anniversaries coming up. I can't talk.
it's okay. All right, guys,
Okay.
we'll let you go. So,
Thank you guys, appreciate it. Thanks for all the thumbs up and likes and loves.
Exactly.
Happy Mother's Day. Bye.
Okay, bye. Now he's got to walk all the way around, push the power button, and then we'll post the video. It'll go to replay right after this. So you can come back and watch it anytime.
I'm going to zoom in really quick.
Yay! You did such an amazing job.
That was good, Vanna.
I know.
Okay,
Ta-da.
bye.
Okay. Bye, babe.